Hello everyone and welcome to my, what month are we in? May book of the month unboxing. So let's go ahead and open this box up without damaging the covers, or the cover on top. Okay. There were I thought some good sounding selections for the month of May. I have 4 or 5 books in here, so I'm just going to go from top to bottom. So, the one on the top is The Bombshell by Darrow Farr. This one says something 1993, Corsica? I'm not quite sure how to say it. As a sun-drenched Mediterranean summer heads into full swing, beautiful and brash 17-year-old Séverine Guimard is counting down the days until graduation, dreaming of stardom while smoking cigarettes and seducing boys in her class to pass the time. The pampered friend... Sorry, Polly was sharpening her claws on my leg. Her nails. Anyway, the pampered French-American daughter of a politician, Séverine knows she's destined for bigger things. That is, until one night. Séverine is snatched off her bike by a militant trio fighting for, maybe it's Croatian? I don't know. Independence, and held for a large ransom. When the men fumble negotiating her release, the 4 become unlikely housemates, deep in the island's remote interior, eager to gain the upper hand. Séverine sets out to charm her captors, and soon the handsome intellectual leader Bruno, the gentle university student T2, and even the gruff, unflappable Petru grow to enjoy the company of their headstrong hostage. As Séverine is exposed to the group's politics, they ignite something unexpected within her, and their ideas begin to take root. With her flair for the spotlight and newfound beliefs, Séverine becomes the face of the radical movement for a global TV audience. What follows is a summer of passion and terror, careening toward an inevitable explosive conclusion as Séverine steps into the biggest role of her life. So, definite political intrigue. We'll just set that one there for now. Anyway, okay, this next one is The Names by Florence Knapp, I'm guessing is how that is said. Could be wrong on that. K-N-A-P-P, I'm guessing that K is silent. Let's see. The extraordinary novel that asks, can a name change the course of a life? In the wake of a catastrophic storm, Cora sets off with her 9-year-old daughter, Maria, to register the birth of her son. Her husband, Gordon, respected in the community but a controlling presence at home, intends for her to follow a long-standing family tradition and name the baby after him. But when faced with the decision, Cora hesitates. Spanning 35 years, what follows are 3 alternate and alternating versions of their lives, shaped by Cora's last-minute choice of name. In richly layered prose, The Names explores the painful ripple effects of domestic abuse, the messy ties of family, and the possibilities for autonomy and healing. Through a prism of what-ifs, Florence Knapp invites us to consider the one precious life we are given. Full of hope, this is the story of 3 names, 3 versions of a life, and the infinite possibilities of a single decision can spark. It is a story of one family and love's endless capacity to endure no matter what fate has in store. Yeah. I'm just going to set those off to the side there. Okay, so I have 5 books in here. So number 3 is Home of the American Circus by Allison Larkin. It's been 10 years since Freya Arnold's left a goodbye note on her parents' kitchen table and fled her hometown of Somers, New York, driving up the coast to disappear into a lackluster life as a bartender in Maine. But on the cusp of her 30th birthday, when an emergency leaves her short on rent, Freya returns to Somers to live in the derelict house she inherited after her parents' untimely death, and soon discovers that her 15-year-old niece, Aubrey, is secretly living there. Despite all attempts to lay low in her old town, Freya reunites with childhood friends, encounters familial enemies, and stokes old flames while she fights to stay afloat. Polly is just off to the side here Yeah, you can't see her. There you go. She's right there. That's what I was smiling at. Anyway, okay. Let's see. To stay afloat, give her niece a better life than the one she's had. As they reconnect, you saying hello? Freya and Audrey learn to lean on each other, working to restore the house and come to terms with the devastating events that pulled them apart years ago. So, that sounds good. These all sound good, otherwise I wouldn't have purchased them. This one, I'm going to save this one for last because this one actually has sprayed or stenciled edges. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Oh, and there's my bookmark. This next one is by Alex North. I have not read anything by him. I have 2 other books by Alex North, both from Book of the Month, and so I thought I'm just going to keep going because this sounds like I really will enjoy the writing. This one is The Man Made of Smoke. Yes, Molly. Dan Garvey's life has been haunted by the crime he witnessed as a child, narrowly escaping an encounter with a notorious serial killer. He has dedicated his life since to profiling criminals, eager to seek justice for innocent victims. So, when his father dies under suspicious circumstances, Dan revisits the small island community where he grew up, determined to uncover the truth about his death. Is it possible that the monster he remembers from his childhood nightmares has returned after all these years? And there we go. And then it's just talking about Alex North's signature work. Okay, this last book, setting the box off to the side so the girls can play with it. This last one is Silver Elite by Dani Francis. This is the very first book I have personally ever seen from Book of the Month with stenciled edges, and I hope they do this again. I like that. Okay, so it says, so there's a quote on the back. It says, "My name is Ren Darlington. I've been hiding who I am my entire life. Today will be no different." And this one says, in the first book of a sizzling dystopian romance series, psychic gifts are a death sentence and there are rules to survival. Trust no one, lie to everyone, and whatever you do, don't fall for your greatest enemy. Trust no one. When Darlington has spent her whole life hiding, honing her psychic abilities and aiding the rebel uprising in small ways, period. On the continent, being modified means certain death, and Ren is one of the most powerful mods in existence. When one careless mistake places her in the hands of the enemy and she's forced to join Silverblock, their most elite training program, she's finally handed the perfect opportunity to strike a devastating blow from inside their ranks. Lie to everyone. But training for Silverblock can be deadly, especially when you're harboring dangerous secrets and living in close quarters with everyone who wants you dead. And whatever you do, don't fall for your greatest enemy. As the stakes grow even higher, Ren must prove herself, but that's easier said than done. When your commanding officer is the ruthless and infuriatingly irresistible Cross Redden, who doesn't miss anything when it comes to her, and as war rages between mods like her and those who aim to destroy them, Ren must decide just how far she's willing to go to protect herself and how much of the continent is worth saving. And that is that. So, and it's got a bit of a reflective cover there too. That is cool. I really like this one. Out of the synopsises I've read, this one sounds the most intriguing to me. Obviously this one does to me too, but I think out of these ones, I think the one that draws me the most in is the names and how powerful having a certain name can be. So these are the 5 books that I have picked from Book of the Month. If you subscribe to Book of the Month, which book did you pick for your month? For your monthly book? Definitely let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below, and until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy the book, and I will talk to you later.